Well, hello there. How you all doing on this terrific Thursday, March the 28th, year 2024? Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. First quarter is almost over. So hopefully you're doing outstanding. This is Mazske Finance. I forgot to mention something extremely important in my last video. It's a very important perk, and you got to take benefit of this, and I'll explain how. So before we get started, I am Mazske Finance. I'm coming from the beautiful country of Panama. Beaches, mountains, big cities, mountain towns, jungles, different birds, pretty birds. People are very friendly here. So anyway, with that being said, I'm Mesky Finance. I'm not a financial advisor, not a CPA, not an attorney, and I doubt I'll mention anything about health, but just in case, I'm not a doctor, not a nutritionist. So anyway, what am I talking about? What perk did I forget to mention? That's a big deal. It's important to all of us to travel at all. Do you travel at all? And when I say travel at all, do you fly at all? Okay, if you don't fly, probably no sense watching this unless you plan to fly one day. But here's a huge perk to credit cards that certain credit cards will give you. There are multiple credit cards that will provide another benefit. Remember I talked about benefits of credit cards in my last video, like 10x points or sign up bonuses or this or that. I'm pretty sure I forgot to mention this one. You can get with not every credit card, certain ones, you always got to read the fine print of what they give you. You can get what's called the priority pass, okay? And there's a couple different ways of doing this, okay? But there's not just above and beyond the priority pass, but priority pass I'll mention first. Priority pass is something, you can buy it if you wanted to, and it's I forget what it is, a couple $100 a year maybe, something like that. Don't quote me on that, okay? But certain credit cards like the Chase Sapphire Reserve I know gives it, certain Amex cards will give it, Capital One card, Venture X card will give it. They give the priority pass. That priority pass gives you access to a lot of lounges globally, airports everywhere. Also, and this is a perk that's going away here come July 1st, and I've never used this one actually, but they give access to certain restaurants and airports where they'll give you a credit perhaps of $28, $29, $30 per person. You can have usually a maximum of one guest, so two of you, where you can eat in the restaurant and you get the credit back. So you eat for free basically unless you exceed that price. But that benefit from Chase is going away July 1st. Capital One's already eliminated it. I think Amex, I think I read they might have eliminated it too, but they all still have the priority pass, the cards that offer it. The lounges, if you have not taken advantage of utilizing a lounge in an airport, maybe you've been like me, you fly economy because you save money, it's the cheapest ticket you can get, and you might walk past sometime, you might see the Admiral Lounge or the Turkish Lounge or the Copa Lounge or the United Lounge or Centaurian Lounge or whatever it might be, and you're like, and you might see somebody walking out in a suit and tie, and you're like, what is in there? Well, I'll tell you what's in there. I've been in, not a whole bunch of different lounges, but I've been in different lounges so far. I'll tell you which ones in a minute. And they have fast Wi-Fi, faster normally than the airport does, more comfortable chairs than the airport does, free food, free drinks, maybe a free bar. The free food might be snacks, it might be meals. It all depends, and even if it's snacks, it might be like finger sandwiches, or it might be whatever it might be, fruits and vegetables. At the bar, I've seen people buying beer. I don't drink before I fly at all, but I see people getting beer, mixed drinks, wine. It's free. Everything in there is free. Some of them have beds you can sleep in. Some of them, they have restrooms. They're clean, etc., etc., etc. I've been in those lounges in Miami Airport in Florida. It's the Turkish Lounge I've been into a couple times. If you ever go into the Turkish Lounge, they got their food on just up there you can pick. But also on your table, you have a little barcode. If you scan that, there's a menu. You can actually order something on that menu, and they'll bring it out to you, and it's free, okay? So you got that. I've been to lounges here in Panama City, Tucumán Airport. They have a Copa Lounge. If you're flying Copa first class, you can go in there. If you have the priority pass, you can go in there. I've been in lounges in Dallas, Texas. Dallas, Texas had a Capital One lounge. Capital One credit card, Venture X. They give you access to Capital One. I'll talk about other lounges too besides priority pass lounges. Okay? If you have the Capital One Venture X, you will get the priority pass, but you also get access to Capital One lounges. We went to at that time, the only Capital One lounge, which was in Dallas at that airport. We went there last year, I think it was, or 2 years ago. Whenever we traveled to Texas, we went there. It was just like every other lounge, food, drinks, restrooms, Wi-Fi, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. We didn't have a lot of time in there, but we ate for free. Everything's always free, okay? Chase, what they're doing with the Sapphire Reserve card is they are making Chase Sapphire Reserve lounges. I can't remember what exactly they call them, but you have to be a holder of that credit card, Chase Sapphire Reserve. I know they opened one in Boston a year or so ago, and they've opened a couple more. They've opened some overseas somewhere, but I think they've opened 2 more in the U.S., I believe. I haven't looked it up yet. I have the Chase Sapphire Reserve. But I'm in the habit now, whenever I fly, I check. All right. I'm taking 3 trips this year. I think I might have mentioned to you. One, I'm traveling to Florida, so I'll be in Miami. When I leave out of Miami, I'll use that lounge more than likely, get a free meal. I'm flying up to Maryland later this year. I'll fly into BWI. When I leave out of BWI, there's a lounge there. I forget what the lounge is, but I will access that lounge. Sometime this year, I don't know when. It might be soon, it might be later in the year. I really don't know yet. We are planning to visit Cartagena, Colombia, South America, Colombia. And I pulled that up this morning, Cartagena, at that Rafael Nunez Airport, I think it's called. That's where I think I'll fly into. I haven't got tickets yet. But they have a lounge there. I forget what that one was called, but they have a lounge there. It's a Party Pass lounge that you can go. What was that? Avianca, I think, was the lounge. Avianca is an airline. So you get access to that lounge with the Party Pass. Okay, so it's pretty cool. If you have an Amex card, such as the Platinum card, the Platinum or Business Platinum, that might be the only card they'll give it. You get access to, if I say it right, the Centurion lounges, or Centurion lounges, however it's pronounced. I've never been in one of those because I don't have that card yet. But if you happen to get that card while you're collecting credit cards, you now have, if you get all the Cap One card, you get the Chase Sapphire Reserve, you get the Amex card, you now have access to pretty much, not every lounge out there, but a lot of them. United has lounges, Delta has lounges. You can get their credit cards perhaps, or fly first class and get access to their lounges. But if you get Priority Pass, you get Cap One, and you get Amex and Centurion lounges, you are pretty much covered at the majority of big airports. If it's a small regional airport, they're not going to have a lounge there probably. But if it's a large airport, especially an international airport like Miami International, Baltimore, Washington International, typically they have lounges. Dallas, Fort Worth had a lounge. Where else I fly into? Austin did not have a lounge. I flew out of California. I wanted to, did I go into a lounge there? I wanted to, but I think I ran out of time on that one. I've been in the Copa Lounge 3 or 4 times now here in Panama. I like it. Miami Lounge a couple times. Haven't been in the Baltimore Lounge yet. I'll be there. Dallas, I like that lounge. And I'll tell you how Colombia's lounge is when I go to that one. But it's another perk. Traveling, especially if you're traveling economy, bare bones budget. It's, you're sitting on the plane, you're a little crowded, they give you a little pack of peanuts. In the old days they'd feed you, but now they give you a little pack of peanuts or whatever, a little snack, a little drink, water, soda, whatever. Don't drink soda, it's bad for you. But now if you can go in the lounge before you get on the plane, eat a full meal. If you do want to drink, I don't recommend drinking alcohol before you fly, but if you want to, get a free drink or just drink water like I drink, and access the Wi-Fi, sit in a comfortable chair, much more comfortable than the crowded airport. Take advantage of it. So like I said in the last video, if you need a referral to one of these credit cards, I have the Cap One Venture X, I have a whole bunch of Chase cards, I have some Amex cards. I can refer you to a lot of different credit cards if you so desire. It's totally up to you. All right, so with that being said, I am moving soon. I am moving out of this house into a condo on a beach. I think I mentioned that. So I may make another video before I move, but if I don't, I'll make a video after I move. After I move, my studio is going to change. I won't have a casita. So we have a 2-bedroom condo. I may be recording in my spare bedroom. I may be recording on our balcony, or somewhere out and about. We shall see. We shall see. All right, so with that being said, keep loving life. Stay safe in all you do. And Mazke is signing out.